There we go. We're good. Welcome.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Melissa. Thank you so much for being here. So, we have Melissa on from Beyond Borders Circle of Change, which is a big part of Kindness Wins in our community. And I have had the honor and pleasure of designing the Kindness Wins hoodies, which our community proudly wears on in February for Kindness Wins, and it's grown. It's gotten so crazy. Did you ever think it would get like so many people would be so excited about Kindness Wins, the whole project?
I think it's super exciting that it's grown and become the way it has. And I think last year when I found out that you were going to be designing the hoodies, I thought, wow, this is amazing. It's going to explode even bigger now. And I knew that would happen because, I mean, I'm a huge fan of yours, obviously, and you're
Nice.
awesome. And the hoodies are beautiful and so like just gorgeous. And I knew that that would definitely help with the sales and the excitement around it. So we're
Thank
just
you.
thrilled, honestly. And
Yeah, you kind of
when
hope
you can,
something will be cool and that kids
yeah,
will like think it's cool. You're like, I don't know, because kids are kids and people are people, right? Like you're like, I know they really care a lot about the message of the campaign, which is
mhm,
anti-bullying and in
mhm,
our community, and that's where where the funds go is to that
yeah,
programming in our schools, etc. But you're like, they'll wear the shirt that day, but I see someone wearing one of those shirts every day that
I
I'm
know.
out.
Yep.
And teenage, once like I was walking with my kids and I saw a teenage boy wearing it on a like not
Mhm.
Kindness Wins, and I was like, we somehow hit the cool factor. I don't know how we did it,
Being kind is
but
cool.
we
Yes.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, being kind of somehow, but so it's such a pleasure that yeah, we somehow hit cool factor. I don't know how we
I
got there,
know,
but we did.
and now it's
Woo!
like there's, like, the vintage Kindness Wins hoodies that are equally as cool. I have a 12-year-old son, and he wears all of like, I have them from every year, and he loves like, for a while, all he was wearing was a different pink hoodie to school every single day. It was so cool, but he loves like, he thinks they're vintage, he thinks they're super cool, so it's
And
like
then you're like, wow, I feel old. Thank you.
yeah,
Only 10 years ago,
yeah,
vintage. I
yeah.
know. I know. Okay, so this year specifically, we have a new goal, raising
Mhm,
$10,000. So going beyond what gets raised for the apparel,
yeah.
which drops on February 2nd.
Mhm.
So
Yes, yep.
everyone knows, and we
Yes,
have
thank
some
you.
at all the co-op, but the main co-op has the most, and they will have the
The grocery
li-
store, like
yes, the
yeah.
grocery store, the limited edition
Ooh,
neon one, which there's not very many.
I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, we
Oh
have
my
like a
goodness.
limited edition one this
Okay.
year, and it's really
Wow.
cool. I got one, of course. Uh,
Mhm. Of course.
because we had to
You
take
have an
pictures.
in.
It's not just my in, but we had to take photos. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
for the apparel, so we could
Nice.
generate it online, and you can check that out at brandinghofer.ca or even on Instagram. You can see it on my profile or the co-ops, but we're wearing all the garb, so you can check it out there. What's to
Cool.
come, because it's pretty cool,
Awesome.
and it everyone's gearing up, and their pre-orders are done, but yeah, so the we have a new goal. $10,000 is the goal, and I know it will happen because we've got Spiros behind the project, and we've got
Mhm.
Home Hardware, which is doing a
Mhm.
Kindness Wins menu for all of
Mhm.
February, and Spiros is donating $5, I believe, from
No,
each
that's
heart-shaped
yeah,
pizza sale.
that they
So
sell for the month of February. I know.
eat some pizza. That's not hard,
Yeah, I know, that's so
right?
exciting.
We'll be ordering a ton because we love their pizza, and I actually used to be an employee at Spiro's
Wow.
for 4 long great years when I was graduated university with my art degree. Turns out an art degree, just you have an art degree. So
Wow. I have to ask you, did you ever get to learn how to make the secret sauce there?
I do know what's in the secret sauce,
Ooh. Well,
but
you
I can't. I'll
can't
never tell.
disclose. Okay.
I don't know the proportions.
We buy
They
so
would
many
always mix
bottles of
it.
that
I
too.
would see what goes in. I do know
Yeah.
because I filled those effing bottles for a
Well, the
lot.
ingredients
I
are
did,
listed on the bottles now, right? Now that you
yeah.
can buy it at the store.
So
So
yeah,
you see the ingredients,
it'll
but
never be the same.
it would
You
never be
can't match it.
no, the best.
And I actually had to take a break from secret sauce because I was covered in it all the time. We didn't. I'm sure they have high tech ways now of fill. I think they have a bot. Like I would fill it with the funnel by hand, and it would pop back up in my
Oh,
face.
yeah.
So I didn't like secret sauce for a
For a little
while.
while, I can imagine you were surrounded by it. It was probably all over you.
Smell all over my
Oh, yeah.
body.
It's a strong
Yeah,
smell.
it is. So when it coats your hands and your body, it's not the greatest thing. So no, I do love secret sauce again. It's been a long, long, long time since I worked in the hospitality industry, but I would never take it back because it was an important part of learning and
Mhm.
being a part of that family, which I felt like a part of their family was a
Wow.
super special experience. They're very special and
Yeah.
they obviously give back to the community.
Yeah.
Um, and so there's so many events. So if people would like to donate to Kindness Wins 2022, we will have all that contact information in the notes, and of course we will shout it out, and they can contact you guys and help us reach that lovely
Thank you.
goal.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, you are the chair of. I always look down because I always blank on names. Beyond Borders, Circle of
Circle
Change.
of change. Yeah.
So what did kindness like how far has it come? Because like what was the initial intent and did you ever see it growing to this to
Well,
to what it is today?
originally, like Beyond Borders, Circle of Change formed in 2008, so 14 years ago. And originally, it was a group of community members that got together to be a part of the Be the Change movement. And that was back in the day when challenge days, I don't know if you remember hearing about challenge days, would come into schools and do these kind of events with teenagers. And it would cost a lot of money to bring people in to do that. And that's kind of how it started. And then we've morphed and evolved since then. And our focus had always kind of been around anti-bullying and bullying prevention and training students, high school students in our community to become youth facilitators on bullying prevention, and then go
Mm.
into all of our elementary schools and do these interactive, super fun workshops with kids, teaching them about power, about communication skills, conflict resolution, how what to do if you witness bullying or if you have bullying behaviors or if you're being bullied. And we still do that, which is an awesome part of what we fund. We still fund these teens to get trained to become youth facilitators. But we also wanted to kind of shift our focus a few years ago from anti-bullying to like, okay, well, what is the antidote to bullying?
Mm-hmm.
It's empathy and
Mm-hmm.
kindness. And so how do we grow that? How do we encourage that? How do we foster that in our community? Like, what can we do for that? Like what's the opposite of this? What do we want to grow
Yeah,
in?
how can we positively reinforce and encourage?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
positive behavior. And
Yeah.
you found a great name for it
Yeah.
because there's not one of us that has not been affected or still being affected by bullying in
Mhm.
our lives. That doesn't go away. That doesn't stop at
Mhm.
adulthood. It happens in different ways at
Mhm.
different scales in our lives. And if you can go into schools and set people up with the skills or the confidence to
Yeah.
speak out or lend a helping hand or even see an action that they're doing that they're negatively impacting someone's life and
Right.
how that can spiral into a negative effect and
Mhm.
if just bringing a conscious awareness um, and for kids
Mhm.
to do the right thing and
Mhm.
I think it is just so important to set our youth up with those skills, and it has to happen very, very early, you
Right.
know?
And like kindness is something that we need to teach and talk up and practice and provide children and youth with meaningful opportunities and ways to actively participate in that. Like it's a skill like reading or writing. We need
Mhm.
to to work on that and to grow it within our kids and to so that they then get a concept and a feeling of like how intrinsically rewarding it can be to do the right thing and how that
Mhm.
benefits you as a human being and everyone else around you. Like it's powerful. Kindness is
Yeah.
a powerful thing. So we and then like we've worked with the co-op for 11 years now. They've been amazing community partners for us. And right around the same time that we were sort of feeling, okay, we want to make this shift from anti-bullying into another kind of focus. The co-op was right on board with us. They felt that too. And I think it was actually Christine who came up with the slogan "Kindness Wins."
Mhm.
And then we just adopted it as well, and we all were like, we love it, let's do it, hashtag kindness wins, that's our focus, let's go for it. And then after that, so 5 years ago, we came up with another kind of program to foster that kindness in our community. And we came up in a meeting one day. One of our members came up with this awesome idea of like, what if we provided a small grant to every single school in our community to have a student-led school supportive initiative in their school, and it has to just have something to do with kindness, and let them come up with an idea of what they want to see and do in their school or their community. And so we thought this is a great idea. So then we've been doing that now, and this year will be our 5th year, and to date we'll have funded 75 projects and
Wow.
initiatives. Isn't that cool? That's
That's incredible.
awesome. And
Wow.
there's so
Yeah.
much diversity, and what these students come up with is so awesome and inspiring, and oh, there's just so great. It's so great to be part of this. I can't tell you like how exciting it is for us as a committee to sit back and review all the grant applications and to see what people come up with and their creativity. It's just so exciting. So we love that part of the program too, is being able to provide, 17 different grants to within our community.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Wow. And yes, it just provides opportunity and space. It's like a little spark, and then it just
yeah,
grows and grows and grows, and
yeah,
they turn into something maybe you weren't seeing, and to have room and space for that is very encouraging as well.
mhm, totally. And it's, like, to see our teachers and students come up with these ideas and to make time and to put energy into this program means a lot to us too, because we know they're busy. We know they're overwhelmed with everything on their plates too. So to make time for this, it's really special to know that they put that energy into it also.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I'm sure like they're affected every day by their environment, and the more positive it is, and the more kids are willing to show up and, not have that fear, or have
Mhm,
a safe space. Like a safe space for the
mhm,
children means, definitely more positive space for them to be in with the children. So it hits so many, levels, and it really is just important. So for 2022, you are looking at expanding and bringing in some programming, I believe, right?
Yes. So one of our goals has been to actually provide an opportunity to bring this trauma training workshop to Lloydminster, so that we can have up to 100 people in our community that have some kind of a helping role. So, like healthcare workers, mental health practitioners, social workers, counselors, youth workers, anyone who works kind of within the human service field in our city and in our regional area also. So we want to invite our local First Nation um, communities in our area as well. So we want to try and offer this program for people in the helping field to help understand the impact of trauma and how it can be so far reaching and really, excuse me, regardless of the type of experiences people might have with trauma, the core effect of trauma is disconnection from yourself, from others, and from the community. And if we can provide this opportunity for all of us to have the same training, I think it could be a really powerful, meaningful experience, not only to be able to collaborate together and come together and walk away with the same framework and understanding and roadmap, to guide people on how to use the strategies to support healing. And just to be able to come together and people that have been, we're 2 years into the pandemic now, and I feel like all of our people that are working to support others, it can be tough, like it can be daunting to know where to start and how to offer effective support to people. Like, we're all living through this together, and I think like giving people the opportunity to have a professional development training right here in our community without having to travel at a really affordable price point could really help create, that trauma-informed community development. And that's like, it's all about growing together and promoting resilient, healing, and healthy communities. So we're really excited to be able to bring this workshop to Lloydminster and to give people the opportunity to take part in it.
Yes. So the funding is integral. And again, there are so many lovely people behind this, and I have no doubt that the financial goal will be hit, and we can make change in our community. It just, we need to come together. The more people stand and lend a hand or lift someone up, you can make a difference in your community. Absolutely. By setting an example. You can, make change by being the best person you can be. You can't change other people. You can't change the past or actions, but you can come together and say, I do want to contribute, and I want to do my best moving forward. And this is an opportunity. So I hope that everyone sees the beautiful work you all have done, the hard work you've just done. I'm so proud of everything that has happened, and it's just a beautiful thing. I'm so honored to be a part of it. And I think it's gonna be a great year and a great campaign, and yes, just so important for our community. So
and it's
is there anything else you want to say?
I think, like, every year, I think I say this, that we need kindness now more than ever. I know I say this every year at the start of the campaign, but it really is the truth. It really is. Like, there's so much divide, right? And we can get so caught up in that sometimes as people. And I think we need to be so deliberate and intentional and selective in what we expose ourselves to and how much of it. So, like, filling our minds with inspiration or examples of overcoming adversity or attitudes of kindness and gratitude and confidence, like, that will better prepare us to approach life with a more positive attitude and outlook, which not only then makes us happier, but also shows other people the power of helpfulness, and we can make a difference. Every person has the power to make a difference in some small way. And that's what we really hope to just gear up that momentum this year, and to get our community just feeling like small acts of kindness can really impact the people around you and your community at large. So we're excited. We made it through the month of January, which is a tough month for most people normally anyway. It's a long, cold month, especially with people that have, any kind of seasonal affective disorder or wintertime blues. Like, it's tough. And so now February's here, our Kindness Wins campaign is here, and we hope to just elevate, the spirit and momentum in our community to have a more positive outlook and impact.
I think so. I think everyone's ready for to feel good, feel better.
Yeah,
And you
something
know
to
what?
yeah.
Doing those positive things and being a good person will will make you feel good. Will
Yes.
open you up to receiving, you know, uh people talk about it every day. Try giving things away every day. For I think
Mhm.
it's Jen Sincero, who is an author of You're a Badass. She always talks about,
Yeah.
she has a thing, she says, for 29 days in a row, do something for someone for free. And that doesn't mean or give away money, she says, because
Mhm.
it doesn't need to be money. If you don't have a lot of money, you can
Mhm.
still time is such a precious
Yes.
thing. If you don't
Time
have a
really
lot of
yeah.
money, dedicate your time to a
Yeah.
good cause, or you know, just or positively saying something to someone.
Like
The
sending
more
out
you
well
do
wishes.
that,
Yeah.
the like it really does make a difference in other people's lives, and it will make a difference in your own life.
Absolutely does.
It will affect how you hold yourself and how you act and how you feel.
Mhm.
And when you surround yourself with that sort of abundance, positive
Mhm.
mindset, it really is contagious, and it really can be a beautiful way to live your life. So the
I
more we
completely
encourage
agree.
that, the better off not only our community will be, but the world. And it really takes um, people like you and people who are part of all these networks that are fighting to and raising funds and saying this is how we want to see our community come
Mhm.
together. So it's very special.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And to provide meaningful opportunities for people to connect and do these types of things to help enhance the lives for everyone else,
Hmm.
that like never underestimate the power of a simple act of kindness.
Yeah, really, truly, that's
Truly.
perfect. Never underestimate it. It can be the smallest little thing. And the way we go online now, it really can just be an uplifting comment. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to give away something for free every day, that's a very approachable way, as spreading kindness in that way. And the world, uh for young people today, is more than we can fathom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the way they are connected, I will never know, because it's something else to experience. So yeah, just lifting others up in that can be that small, but it's so big. It's
Totally.
not small, but it's 30 seconds of your time.
Mhm.
And it really could just make a difference in someone's whole entire day, life, or
And
week, or
what's
life. That's what I meant to
And
say.
like when you said like this, like this idea of doing something every single day, and also I think like what you focus on expands, like that grows. So the more you give, the more will come back to you. It just happens
Mhm.
like that, and then and it if what you focus on just expands, So if you focus on kindness and you focus on gratitude and you focus on helping and caring, like those things come back to you. So
Mhm.
it
It
really
it really does.
everyone wins. Kindness really does win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a beautiful kind of energy to live with.
Yes.
Um,
I
and and it does take work, and it does take growth, and it does take a willingness to do so.
mhm.
And I know myself, like, I work every day to choose kindness over anything else, and it is a conscious decision.
Yeah,
There's no question.
yeah, and you are, being intentional about it, right?
Hmm.
And deliberate. It's not like yeah, you have to think, you have to put energy towards that, and be mindful to not
It's not
just
always easy to it's easier to fall back into the way you grew up, or your natural
yeah.
inclination to even self-care and self-talk
Oh, yeah.
is
Being
really
kind to
important
yourself,
too.
like, let's not
Hmm.
forget that, right? Like, we talk about
Yeah.
kindness to others, but kindness to yourself is so important, and having
Yeah.
compassion and
Hmm.
forgiveness and yeah, those things are equally as important, if not more. Because if you're not taking care of you, then, like, how do you fill your cup up, How do you take
Hmm.
care of yourself so that you have something to offer others, so that you can give back in a meaningful way to your family, to your friends, your community. So
You're
that
right. It
care,
starts
that
there.
self-kindness, that self-compassion, all of those things, so, so crucial. And
Yeah.
we kind of have this, like, I think women are the worst for it, and moms and caregivers, like, we feel like it's being selfish somehow to be kind to yourself, to take time for yourself, but it's like it's actually self-full. It's self, you know, it's not selfish. I think when people aren't used to having their needs met, they think taking care of themselves is the selfish thing to do, but it isn't at all. And we need to get really, really good at doing that. And
Hmm.
like speaking just for myself as a counselor, I I have no, like, I tell myself, like, basically I have the thought that self-care for me is non-negotiable. I would be terrible at what I did if I didn't take care of myself. If I
Hmm.
didn't, check in with myself, like, how do I regulate? How do I stay healthy? How do I stay well? Like, it's so crucial. It's so important that I treat it like it's a job. Like, you don't get an option here. Like, this is,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
It's
or you
creating
burn.
good habits and routine
Yes.
around that. And it is, you have to best take care of yourself to take care of others. And it's just
Yeah.
period. So it really starts there. There's no ignoring that fact, and you have to love
Mhm.
yourself. We're only around for a short little while, and and just it's so important that you
Mhm.
value, your abilities, and you value
Mhm.
what you have to offer, and you value
You're
the grace
worthy.
in which your body carries you through the day. Like we
Mhm.
are, and then that comes back to gratitude as well. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's an important message,
Mhm.
and I'm glad we talked about it, because
Mhm.
it is not just kindness wins. It is being kind all around and offering yourself
Mhm.
grace.
Yourself. Yes. I love that. Offering
We're
yourself.
only human. We're only human, and we
Yeah.
can only carry so much. So
Yeah.
um, so I was so nice chatting with you today,
You
and it
too. It
was
was nice
nice
to
to
connect
meet
with
you.
you.
And
I'm so
yeah,
excited you're part of this and that you designed the hoodies. Like, what an awesome thing. I'm so happy you're on board with this and that you support this great cause in our community. So thank you for having me on to talk about it.
yeah, it's so special. And so everyone, make sure they pop in February 2nd. Can't
Yeah.
miss that day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ordered it through the schools, and a lot of people
Mhm.
pre-ordered online. So
Yeah,
I'm sure we will.
I pre-ordered through the school already, but I didn't know about this other special release. What did you call it?
It's so we have a limited
A
edition
limited
crew
edition.
neck. There's a
Okay.
limited edition. It's neon green. It's very bright.
Wow.
Um, yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty cool. There's a limited edition, but there's not very many at all.
Okay, so get to
Um,
the store on February 2nd. Like, get to the
yes,
car, get to the
yeah.
co-op.
Even I'll be there to pick up extra stuff. We get a few, but we like to have every piece of every color,
Yeah.
etc.
You have enough
But
bodies to wear them all, so you got your
yeah,
3 kids and yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time it gets to the last one, it's paint covered and ripped. My second son is an artist, and you can see behind me, is such an artist. So
Yes.
like all of
Love
my third boy, Teddy, all of his stuff is just anything that hits him is just paint covered.
He
So
just lives and breathes and
oh my
paints
gosh,
and
all over his
stripes.
face and his hands and our
Oh.
house, and he really likes black jiffies. So cool. Uh,
Permanent markers too.
yes, yep,
Oh,
they're all permanent, because everyone's like, "Well, put it away." I'm like, "I work with it every day. I can't."
yeah,
Like I do have chemicals up high, but like
yeah.
I work with these, and I use them for murals, and I use them
I'm just
for.
looking at your wall behind you, like, that's so aw is that Teddy's art right there on the
So
wall?
this is all of them, yeah.
Like,
So I do give them the opportunity to, like, these are my personal pieces. I'm surprised they don't have a mark on them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to
Absolutely.
tell them not to touch it, which I usually let them touch everything, but this one is a very personal collection coming up. But because
Oh,
I just released a 34-piece collection with Finn, who um, is such an artist, and he needed his own collection. It's very bold, it's very cool. They're all like geometric shapes that fit together, and they're covered in that.
I've seen, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's the coolest
so
thing, and I
cool.
really embraced his
So powerful.
style, but of course
Yeah.
pulled it off in a real way, um, to look good, and be archival and all that stuff. But it's a pretty cool gift that I
Yeah.
get to include them, to express themselves, because when
Yeah.
we speak about kindness and everything, creativity is such an essential part that I think can be ignored in our systems.
Yes.
It's such a valuable way for young people, not only young people, but any person of any age, to express themselves, to heal, to
Absolutely.
creativity is such a great way to meditate, or
Mhm.
yeah, express feelings and emotions,
You're
or work
preaching to
through
the choir
something.
here.
Yeah.
I could not agree more with you. Absolutely. Having a creative expression, a creative outlet is so powerful and healing and can become such an amazing, like you said, meditation almost, meditative experience where you can just delve so much into what you're feeling and thinking and express that in whichever, way, whether it's painting or
Hmm. Hmm.
crafting or, drawing or sketching or any kind of creative outlet. I think people that have a creative outlet tend to have more happiness in their life, truly. Like they
Yeah.
feel better and yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's through food or anything, like any form of
Yes,
creativity.
creativity is such a, like, it has such a vast umbrella. It's applicable to
Mhm.
so many things. And when we can set our kids up with those creative tools or a way to express themselves, it's super special.
Yeah.
Actually, I could tell people now we're actually starting through the LPSD and Art Academy specifically. I am part of it, or heading it. I
Wow.
am doing it. I'm doing it.
Wow, an
So
art
it's very,
academy. Oh, that's
yeah,
so exciting.
yeah. So we're
Oh
just
my god.
starting, and we're just dipping our toes in, and I'm touring on Monday, Thursday. I better get this all organized so I show up to the
The
right
right
kids at
date,
the right
Monday to
place at the
Thursday,
right
one
time.
or the other.
Yeah. No, Thursday. We're running it 2 days a week, and that is how passionately I feel
Oh,
about
that's so
being a
awesome.
part of my community. And I always struggled. I'm like, um, do I just want to pursue my creative practice, or I think, do I want to actually change lives? And I think it starts in our schools.
Mm,
And I would love and be honored to be the person who, maybe encouraged Stacy, let's say Stacy
yeah,
at age 10, that
mhm,
she is a very talented photographer, and she sees faces in a way that no one else does. And
mhm,
maybe she'll go on to I'll empower her to be a photographer. And maybe she wouldn't have been because it wasn't encouraged. When it comes to making an impact in the community, I just thought ultimately, yes, I think that if I can be a small part of that in my community, that is what matters in this life. And it came down to that. And so I want to make room for not only my personal practice, and again back
mhm,
to self-care and
yeah,
self-worth, and honoring the fact that that dream, but also, you know making
a real
positive, a
impact.
real impact
Mhm.
on people's lives. And so, yes, ultimately I decided that I think I want to do this.
That
And
is so
have,
awesome, Brandy.
and I
Wow.
said it so many
Good
times. I'm like, they have lots of
congratulations.
academies. They should
Yeah,
probably have an
they
art
have a lot of sport
academy.
academies, right? They
Yeah.
have tons of sports academies, so this is exciting.
I
Wow,
think I think it's a really big step for our community, and I'm
definitely.
nervous, but I'm there.
What are you gonna focus in, like, on elementary schools or
So
how you
we're starting with grades 5 to 8.
Oh, okay.
So
So
I asked for 3 to 5s, but they're like,
they
no,
give
5 to 8. I was like,
us
oh, so the hardest age. Super. I'm up for it. Is a challenging age. That is a if you think back to,
Mhm.
10 to whatever, 13,
Yeah.
whatever it is, 5. I don't know. I'm very
Yeah,
bad at
my
math.
kids are 9 and 12, so
Okay, so
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
tough age. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm up for the challenge. Let's do this.
It's
Let's get on this
You will be
adventure.
amazing at it. You will be awesome.
Yeah, no, it will be good. It will be
It
I'm scared, but I think it'll be fun.
Wow. I love
You
you're
know?
always evolving and doing different things, and I just love how you are such a community champion. Like, bravo to you. This is exciting. Like, truly, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can only do my best. I
Yeah.
don't know how it will go. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah.
But I'm
No.
willing to try and I'm willing to learn, and I don't know
Yeah.
everything about
Yeah.
our systems and the way they're set up, but if I can be a part of integrating creativity into them, I do
Mhm.
know a lot about
You
creativity, and I
do.
do know a lot about honoring that and encouraging people
Mhm.
positively to pursue their passions. That's something
Mhm.
that I'm good at, so I
Mhm.
know, actually, I don't hope.
You
It's gonna
know,
be very special.
it will
So,
be.
and so they'll be busing kids from whoever signs up, whoever wants to be a part
Oh,
of it.
it's gonna be packed. People
Yeah,
are
it's
you're
inclusive for
gonna
all schools and all. It is at the one school because I can walk there, and I
Okay.
do have
Close to
kids,
you.
little
Yep.
kids, so that's a very important part of it for me, to be
Mhm.
able to if it's into I wanna show up with the most energy, and I wanna show up with as the best I can, so it fits
Mhm.
into my life that I can walk home with my kids and I can walk to that
Oh,
facility
perfect.
to teach, right? So,
That's
I think and hopefully it'll grow and expand it to something beyond, I'm sure anyone imagine.
yeah.
If I can teach kids about public art and stuff
Oh
like that,
my
I'm
gosh,
really excited.
I wanna be one
Or
of those kids. I wanna learn
specifically,
from
yeah, right? And
so
I thought
cool.
back to when I grew up here. I'm born and raised in
Mhm.
Lloydminster, and I
Mhm.
wish that programming was available to me, and I had that chance to just learn a little bit more of what that looked like before I
Mhm.
went off to pursue a career in art. Um, and so it's very special, and well, yes, and I can teach them about this kindness win specifically. Like, look at the change you can make in your community through your creativity. Like, this
Yeah.
is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, actually,
So,
speaking of that, one of the schools I have a whole list of what all the different grants are this year and, like, what their activities are. One of the schools is doing, kind words matter, and every student is going to create a card with a kind message, and they get to give it to someone of their choice in their school or their community to brighten their day. And the emphasis is like how important our words are and how much power our words have. And so like that's kind of the point of it. But they're using the grant to buy art supplies to create these cards, and then so 300
oh,
people, they're all gonna make a card, and then they give it to someone else. So 600 people essentially
will
get,
be affected by this one.
this
Words
one.
do have power,
Yeah.
apparently, because I said something like 10 times to 10 different people, and now I have a whole academy to head. Words are very powerful.
Yes.
They are. They're very. They can just ripple into the most amazing things, and that goes back to energy and
Mhm.
where you
Where
steer
you
it, and
Yes,
yeah.
where do
So
you spend your energy? Yeah.
yeah,
Because
that's
they'll do
I
well.
love that one project. Just hearing about one project and where how that funding goes to,
What
and
it
it's
does.
probably not a ton.
Yeah,
Like, you don't need a ton to do
yeah,
these, but we do need a little. So
yeah,
help us reach
yeah,
our goal.
yes,
Uh,
buy your T-shirt and hoodie and support this awesome cause that
Not only
supports your
that,
own
but you
community.
guys are accepting accepting pure donations, and you know, that can be in the form of many things, and it's so special.
Yeah.
So we have talked for way longer than I thought we would, but it was so nice. That, to be honest, that usually happens to me.
Well, you're so easy to talk to. Of course that happens. I'm not
It's
surprised.
fun though. I genuinely love. I love. I love what we do here, and
It
I
shows.
love the things that have happened just from being an artist, and it just goes to show what a awesome place we live in. What
True.
It's filled with
Mhm.
really special people
Yes.
who do lift one another up and who do support each other in any way they can. So
Yeah.
I have one final question actually for you,
Okay.
and this is sponsored by some beautiful people from Red Bicycle Communications, and it's called A Day in the Life. And this question was, how I came up with the concept is to inspire other people, and at the root of everyone's life and everyone's day, and when you break those small things down, and the small things add up to, you know, what is really important to people. So it's called A Day in the Life, and I ask each person who comes on our Color Me Happy podcast to describe their ideal perfect day from beginning to end.
Oh gosh. I wish I would have thought about this. There's so
No,
many
you
different
can't.
ways
That's
of
the idea.
okay.
You have to
Okay, you can't think
speak
about
from
it.
your heart.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to speak from your
okay.
heart. Genuinely, how would you love to spend?
Perfect day.
You might already be doing it. You can be anywhere. You can be doing anything.
I think the perfect day would be just being out in the mountains with my kids, waking up and going on a really nice long hike with them and exploring the trees and the mountains. We love doing that together, and just, yeah, observing nature, being in nature. That's where I feel the happiest, is when I'm in nature.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You need to move off the flatland to the prairie. No, there's a bit of hiking.
Oh, there
There
is
is.
actually. Yeah, there's a lot you can do around here. You don't need the mountains to go on a hike, but the
No.
perfect day, I would love to be in the mountains, but
Also, I'd
any
love to
other
be there.
day, you can make the best of wherever you are. You just have to look for it and keep your eyes open and go exploring around here. Like, there's so many places to go. You just gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
I love this question because it really strips down everyone. Everyone's like, oh, you know what? I'm probably doing a lot of the things. Like, I have my beautiful family, and we do go hiking, and we do get there
Yeah.
once in a while, and we do take the time. It's just a perfect way to, you know, break down what is really, really
Mhm.
valuable to us in our lives.
Well,
So,
the first thing, it's funny because when you asked the question, the first thing that just popped in my mind was this memory, and I can picture my kids and I climbing up this mountain near Canmore this summer, and how much fun we had doing that. And so that memory came to mind, which is why I thought, okay, that is the perfect day right there. That was one of the perfect days. So yeah,
oh,
that's a good
it's so
question.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and chat with me today. I truly appreciate it. And
My
more
pleasure.
than you know, I am very grateful to be just a small part of Kindness Wins, and it is
We
just
are
such a
so fortunate.
special special thing. I didn't know it would be so amazing, and it went beyond all my expectations when I was first asked. And so this is my second year being a part of something so
We're so
beautiful. So
happy you
thank you.
are. We're so happy we have your amazing artistic design behind all of this. We love that. So thank you for being a part of it too.
Oh, perfect. Well, you have a beautiful Sunday, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
we'll
You
chat
too.
more, and our paths
Yes.
will cross.
Yes, I think so.
And
Yeah.
Alrighty, take care, friends.
Thanks. Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye.